open here. Yes, your live streamed. Okay, Maharaj, here we go. Everybody come here. Good. Good.
1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayat Asta Prayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hari Om Tatsas.
Read the translation.
Reading from Canto 3, Chapter 31, Lord Kapila's instruction, the movements of living entities, verse number 33. Prabhupada ki jai. Satyam Saucham Daya Maunam Buddhi Srir Hrir Yasa Kshama Samodhamo Bhagascheti Yat Sangat Yati Sankshayam. Satyam Saucham Daya Maunam Buddhi Srir Hrir Yasa Kshama Samodhamo Bhagascheti Yat Sangat Yati Sankshayam. One more time. Satyam Saucham Daya Maunam Buddhi Srir Hrir Yasa Kshama Samodhamo Bhagascheti Yat Sangat Yati Sankshayam. Word to word. Satyam, truthfulness. Saucham, cleanliness. Daya, mercy. Maunam, gravity. Buddhi, intelligence. Sri, prosperity. Hri, shyness. Yasya, fame. Kshama, forgiveness. Sama, control of the mind. Dama, control of the senses. Bhaga, fortune. Cha, and iti, thus. Yat sangat, from the association with whom. Yati sankshayam, are destroyed. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. He becomes devoid of truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, gravity, spiritual intelligence, shyness, austerity, fame, forgiveness, control of the mind, control of the senses, fortune, and all such opportunities. Repeat. He becomes devoid of truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, gravity, spiritual intelligence, shyness, austerity, fame, forgiveness, control of the mind, control of the senses, fortune, and all such opportunities. Coming out to Maharaj.
Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Shanama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminata Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Welcome to everybody for this brief morning session. I am just going to speak to you for a little time till about 7 o'clock so that you can get back and attend to your routines. This is a statement made in the Bhagavatam by Shukadeva Goswami. And it actually starts with prayer of the conditioned soul from within the womb. The saga of the conditioned soul, the horrible situation of the conditioned soul is being described. And somehow we are not able to see it from that zoomed out view because we are the ones under illusion. We are the ones under great control of material nature. And we are not able to see this. But however, when we read the Bhagavatam, we get to know the actual viewpoint, the actual situation of the conditioned soul, because it is spoken to us from a completely different perspective. I don't know how to remove this glare that's coming on my glasses. I'm trying my best, but it didn't come yesterday, but it's coming today. It's because your camera is located like that or what, I don't know. Anyway, can't avoid it. So this is a view that we can get about what we are subjected to and what is happening to us under material nature. But we are blissfully ignorant about this. So when we read the Bhagavatam, we'll see this is what happened to me at birth. I have prayed to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unable to tolerate the suffering inside the womb. And I have promised that I will never forget him when I come out. Although I know I'm also making a statement that the material nature is very powerful, it will overcome me. And please, my Lord, this thing. And as soon as we are born, everything is different. All this suffering and everything that you go into is, made into a big thing like a celebration of your birthday. Everybody is very happy that you're born. When you scream and come into this world, it's a great joyous occasion. And the response from everybody else is not on the basis of the Bhagavatam. This is wonderful. I've got a son. He is born into this world. Let's celebrate. Let's give gifts, which are all right in another way. But the moot lesson, the most important lesson is what is given in the Bhagavatam, the perspective. You are suffering and you have entered a domain of illusion where you're going to forget yourself. And as soon as you come into this world, you forget yourself. And life goes on again. Earlier it was mentioned, Karmana Daivanetrena Jantur Deho Upapattaye Striya Pravishta Udaram Pum Shareta Kanashraya. A very graphic description that all this is happening, not that Krishna does not know about it. Karmana Daivanetrena, that according to your karma and under the eyes of the superintending Lord. Jantur Deho Upapattaye, the Jantu, spirit soul. Deha, he is achieving a Deha, Upapattaye. Striya Pravishta Udaram, by entering the womb of the female species. Pumsha Reta Kanashaya, being supported on the semen and traveling on the semen, entering the womb. The living entity is already there. This is a wonderful proof from the Bhagavatam that the living entity is already there. He's just going to manifest his body under material nature's factory in the womb. That factory is going to operate and start building the body. It's a tailor-made body. It's a manufacturing going on, highly sophisticated. And all the softwares and all the things are under place. And there's a whole information theory about, not theory, it's a whole information package about who this soul is, what he should get, what he should enjoy, what he should suffer, and therefore what should his equipment be, what should his body be, how it should be shaped, what advantages it should have, what disadvantages it should have. Every bit of information is inside, and the body is manufactured, tailor-made according to that information. It's very amazing. And we can explain more of this because of the late advancements in biotechnology and using all the information that we're getting, DNA, RNA, cell structure, and all this, which are very amazing discoveries for many people. But this is already there, and this work is already going on, and this complication is already being handled, and perfectly it's happening, right? Whether you may understand it or don't understand it, is already functioning like that. The soul is entering. The soul is entering the Striya Pravishta Udaram. And it's all very highly controlled conditions. But the interesting thing is that the soul is conscious and knows about the situation, praying to the Lord in that dire situation of suffering. But as soon as he comes out, he forgets everything. And that's what's mentioned here. He becomes devoid of truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, gravity, spiritual intelligence, shyness, austerity, fame, forgiveness, control of the mind, control of the senses, fortune, and all such opportunities which help him to rise above. Of course, Prabhupada is describing a very crass, gross type of a living entity who has completely forgotten the sensitivity of his spiritual status, the sensitivity of his relationship with God, the sensitivity of the goal of life for which he has come into the world. Everything he's forgetting. And he becomes so gross that he just lives like hogs and dogs. You see how we will compare ourselves with these ideal situations and see where we are placed in life, where we are placed in life, and where we need to go. So I don't want to comment here on, all the different things that are mentioned here, which are directly known to us, uh, especially known to us in terms of being devotees. Prabhupada is criticizing the gross activities of living beings in this world, especially human beings, who don't understand the sensitivity of human life, the great danger they are facing of sliding down into lower species and losing the human form of life. But how their animalistic tendency is what is their priority. Behavior like that of cats and dogs keeps them in the position of cats and dogs. They cannot improve any material condition, not to speak of becoming famous. Such foolish persons may even make a show of so-called yoga, but they are unable to control the senses and the mind, which is the real purpose of yoga practice. Such people can have no opulence in their lives. In a word, they are very unfortunate. So the unfortunate condition is described, and we should pay heed to this. We should become fortunate. We should become fortunate by reading Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavad Gita, discussing it, understanding our coordinates, our GPS, as to where we are, what are we doing, why are we doing what are we doing, and what we should be doing. These are all very important things to discuss, right? Uh, so I am, what happened here? I clicked the wrong thing. The content of this meeting is being sent to YouTube. Oops.
That's okay. That's a live stream. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I want to focus, since we have very less time, I want to focus on human behavior and human duty. And then there are values. We need to talk about these things. So Bhagavatam sets the goal of life very clearly by this stark description of these realities. Don't think that you are nicely situated and nothing will happen to you and everything is fine. That is a very big illusion. Very big illusion. Smara nityam anityatham. Chanakya Pandit is known to have said, always meditate on the temporary nature of this world and how you are not permanent. And therefore, what type of uh, measures and steps you need to take, that should be discussed. In other words, we should not lose our attempt to be in reality. We should constantly be in reality. That's why we constantly chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavatam, and discuss these things. It's only when we discuss these things with devotees, we become situated in the reality. Oh my gosh, this is what I am. This is what is happening. But the bulk of the people in this world don't know. They are moving under the force of the material nature. And I have the fortune of getting to know these things from Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's books. Truly, Prabhupada has made so many people fortunate by giving this information to everybody. And this information is not just ordinary information. This information is going to bring you to reality, is going to give you liberation from this material bondage. It's going to give you love of Krishna. It's going to situate you in your original position, which is a blissful state. That's why it's called very fortunate position. Bhagya. You see, fortune comes in many different ways. Fortune comes mainly by association. There's an instance of Prabhupada's disciple wondering what has happened to him in 1 to 1.5 years, how he has graphically changed. And he goes to Prabhupada and says that, Prabhupada, what has happened to me? 1.5 years back or 2 years back, I was a bum in the street, lying down, drugged, with very bad habits, nobody to look after me. I don't know what's the goal of life. I was totally lost. And now I wake up in the morning, I chant Hare Krishna, attend Mangalarti, I have services to do, and I feel guided. I feel I have association and everything. Very significantly, my life has changed. How did this happen so suddenly? And Prabhupada looked at him because he was pleased that he is understanding that something has happened to him. And not that the way we live in the material world. He's getting the intelligence to understand something is happening to me. I'm changing. So Prabhupada looked at him and with eyes filled with tears, he said, I brought good fortune for you. He just stated that in one sentence. I am the person who made you fortunate. That's the purport. I brought good fortune for you. Otherwise, you'll be rotting. The good fortune is that I gave you association, introduced you to Krishna, introduced you to chanting, introduced you to the process of devotional service, and similarly, many others are there whom you can take association from now. Prabhupada is so humble that he goes ahead to even state that when I came here, I was only alone. I had no association. And now all of you are there. There are so many Vaishnavas. I have association. Prabhupada was so humble to say that he's getting association from all his disciples, which we may think is not true. He's giving association. No, but Prabhupada said that, no, I'm getting association. You cook prasadam for me, you dance and chant, you look after the deities, you're Vaishnavas, and I like to associate with you. So in this way, Prabhupada, out of his humility, was also telling the reality. The reality is that by association, you became fortunate. And that is why we should associate and remain fortunate by reading Prabhupada's books and discussing it. You should be intelligent enough and smart enough to remain fortunate. Don't lose the fortune that has come to you. Preservation of the fortune is also important. Therefore, we should not go down to the low level like Prabhupada has described here in the purport. We should understand it's very valuable Krishna consciousness, and we have been given that opportunity, and we must preserve it. We must secure it. We must not hurt it. These are all the things we should do, but invariably in material life, all sorts of things happen to devotees, and we'll end up harming ourselves, making ourselves unfortunate from a fortunate position. That happens mainly if you get wrong association. If you don't preserve your fortune, which means preserve association, if you have wrong association, then everything is destroyed. This is a very important point, not to be discussed, not to be thought of as frivolous. Association is important. From association only everything starts. So I'm very happy that you're getting together. There's a small group maybe here, but you're discussing Bhagavatam. This is exactly what you should do. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Should chant together, you should read together, and technology is enabling that now without much ado. And you should take full advantage of that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I'm going to end here, and if there's any comment or question.
We can 10 more minutes. That's all. Honorable Group said, our technical president is also there. Honorable Group on the line.
Yeah, but I have other things to do, like chant Hare Krishna. So you can go ahead and ask any questions, and that can, snowball into another discussion or talk. Any question or comment?
Yeah, Amrita, Honorable, go ahead. You can unmute yourself and ask.
How do I get to
Hare
see?
Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance.
Enable.
Send the view.
Where is it?
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance. All praise to Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj, we hear this very often that give association, don't take association, especially when it comes to the people who are not inclined to Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
So what does this mean, give and don't take? Because whenever we are in a particular sangha, whatever it be, that does have an influence with us. So what does it mean, give but don't take? How can we not take when you're in the midst of that environment, Maharaj?
Well, first, let me ask you a counter question as to what you define association to be. Physical
Association,
presence with somebody?
it is physical presence. It is also in terms of, it could be emotional. It could be doing things together.
Well, yeah, you're right. There are gradations of your association with somebody. There could be a physical presence, which also does have some impact. Then exchange, which will be information or knowledge. And beyond that, like you mentioned, emotional involvement, belief, faith, and all that also. And then emotional involvement and entanglement. So there are various levels of association. Okay. So when it says don't give association, like in your workplace, you may go to work. Obviously, you may have people who are all sorts of people. They may not be Krishna conscious at all. They may be heavy sense gratifiers and everything. But you need to say hi, bye to them. How are you? How is your son? How is your daughter? What happened? This, everything. But I'm not going to, you won't discuss your personal lives with them. You won't discuss your daily activities with them and have them judge you or ask their opinion of that or anything like that. At a certain point, you'll draw a line and said, that's the amount of friendship I will have with you. That's the level of friendship. So there's intimacy which you will not encourage with somebody like this. The Panchatantra story, of the crocodile and the monkey, very famous. I won't repeat it much here because of lack of time. But the story is that the crocodile, used to give rides to the monkey regularly, and the wife of the crocodile was very concerned that a lot of the time has been taken away by this friend monkey, and my husband is not spending enough time with me and my kids, and this monkey is a great enemy and should get rid of the monkey. So the Mrs. Crocodile feigned sickness and this thing. And when the male crocodile was very worried, she asked, he said, I went to the doctor, and doctor said, I must have the flesh of a monkey, the brain of the monkey or something, and immediately I'll get cured. So this foolish crocodile said, wow, I will immediately ask my dear friend monkey. He'll be willing to give anything for me. He's my dear friend. What he will not give. And so it went immediately to the monkey and said, immediately, emergency, please come here. And the monkey jumped on the back of the crocodile. And then the crocodile took him to the middle of the river and said, I want to tell you about these things. As talking, he very frankly, openly said, my wife is sick like that. And the doctor has said that the monkey flesh is the most important thing, especially the heart. The heart. So I'm sure that I can't ask anybody else but you. So the monkey immediately realized, wow, I'm stuck. But being very smart, the monkey, he said, wow, why did you not tell me this? Come on, get back fast. I've left the heart in the tree. Let me get my heart. And then the monkey coursed back. I mean, the crocodile quickly went back, believing the monkey, and the monkey got on top of the tree and said bye-bye to the crocodile. That's the story in brief. But what really happened here is the monkey said, I can give myself to you, but not my heart. To that extent, I'm not willing to give you in the friendship. Similarly, in association and in friendship, to a devotee whom you know very well is serving Krishna and is very sincere and everything, you will be willing to give your heart. You should. But to a person who is not chanting Hare Krishna, who maybe is not even believing in God, who's very materialistic and is just bothered about getting his job done using your reserves or your resources, he looks at you like a human resource and gets you to do that. Then that's all you should deal with. You should deal with that. So don't give him your heart. So that's the meaning of saying don't take association. Just give what you need to give materially. Right? He's not asking for your association either and to learn Krishna consciousness. So don't give it. Don't talk about it. Just do your business and be done with it. I hope that helps. Amritananda Prabhu.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you,
Okay.
Maharaj.
Yeah. Any other question? Any other question? Okay. So everybody needs to get to work. I can understand. Don't give your heart place in your workplace.
Surya Prabhu has a question. Surya Prabhu, go ahead.
No, Prabhu. I mean, like I wanted to ask, but yeah, very nice class, Prabhu. A quick question: is there anything called luck, or is it all prarabdha karma? Uh, and how much is the three part, like your efforts or one's efforts, the Prakriti supporting it, and then the Paramatma sanctioning it? Uh, how much is your influence in that particular all three?
Well, good question. I don't know much how you define the word luck. In common parlance, in the world, luck means something else. Some fairy with a wand coming in, giving you something, or something happened just like that, and you're lucky and you got the lottery, or da 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 da. They have a very poor understanding of luck. But when here we say fortune, right, it means completely different thing. Right? You must understand that. You must understand that fortune is not to be interpreted as luck. That will be a poor interpretation of fortune. Fortune means that you have got the opportunity irrespective of your karma, irrespective of everything else, to associate and know the absolute truth, Krishna. You can always make yourself fortunate at any point of time. Your horoscope, your karma, your prakriti, nobody can stop it. That is an act of free will. The other times which you're doing, which you're looking into your horoscope and you're, doing your business and waiting for things, so that is an act of forced will, forced by material nature. It's actually not even free will. It's forced by material nature under the three, gunas, and it'll happen according to your horoscope. But the act of wanting to become Krishna conscious, wanting to render service to Krishna, is something you can do anytime, irrespective of your horoscope. In other words, you can become fortunate anytime if you so decide. You can open up Prabhupada's book and have his association. You can read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and remain fortunate. It's up to you to do it. It's not according to your horoscope. Your spiritual decision to serve Krishna has got no impediment from your horoscope or from your karma or from Prakriti. This is the statements in the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. This is very clearly to be understood. The only persons or only situation or only person standing in between this is you and your desire to be fortunate or not, to make the choice or not. So when you wake up spiritually more and more, the more you exercise that choice and the more you want to remain fortunate. That is why it's called real intelligence. I call it real intelligence. What you function under forced will is already artificial intelligence. Yesterday I was speaking this, I think, to the Boston boys who came and asked me. There's some science-oriented discussion on consciousness and AI and everything. So I was telling him that, who told you that you are educating a machine, doing machine learning and giving it artificial intelligence? How do you know that you are not under artificial intelligence already by a superior force and a machinery? He was very stunned. He just took back a step. His eyes went dilating. And then I said, isn't it very scary? But it's also true. That is mentioned very clearly in Bhagavad Gita, that you are under the grips of material nature, under the three modes, and you are not free. And so it is the forced will of yours. And therefore that, I can speak in terms of your prompt engineering also, that prompt which you are getting to do the things that you need to do is from the three modes. And you derive that intelligence required for you to do what you're asked to do. But all the time, your real intelligence, that your spirit, soul, and servant of Krishna is sleeping. So is that not artificial intelligence that you're already functioning on? It is. But you are illusioned enough by Maya to say that that robot is functioning on artificial intelligence. This robotic surgery is done at artificial intelligence. This thing on my Meta WhatsApp thing is artificial intelligence and all that. But you too are functioning at artificial intelligence. In the same way, I'll come back again down to earth and say, luck means not what they will interpret in terms of your forced living in this world, that sometimes something good happens to you all of a sudden. That's called luck. But here, fortune is something that you can access anytime by simple act of listening to Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita and performing with proper understanding. And you can always be lucky. You can always be fortunate if you desire so. I hope that helps.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. Any other question or comment? Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please go ahead.
Madhupal Prabhu, you're there?
I know you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Don't sell your heart. Don't give your heart in your workplace. That's a take home today. Make sure that you retain your heart for Krishna consciousness. You may give your body an intelligence for a brief amount of time and get the necessary value for it in the form of a pay. Be smart. Hari Bol. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
All right, done. Stop share.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
So I'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. The weekend with a lot of festivities. Tomorrow, Maharaj will be speaking at the temple from 8 to 10. You all are welcome. Also tomorrow there's a Rath Yatra, last Rath Yatra in our area and at Philadelphia, starting at noon. So you all are welcome to join. And yeah, we like to offer our prayer. Tomorrow is also Ekadasi, minimally fasting from grains and beans and increasing our Krishna consciousness. And the fast breaking time on Sunday is a short time. I hear it's from 6:51 to 7:19 a.m. We like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jai Jai Nrsimha, Praladesha, Jaya Padma Mukha, Padma Prangam. Ugravira Mahavishnu, Jvalantam Sarvatomukam, Nrsimham, Bhishanam, Bhadram, Nityam Namamiham. Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha Kalpataru Bhaischa Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Evacha. Patitanam Pavana Bhaya Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnavinda ki Jai. Granthar Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gopiyamanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.